Today, we are starting our series on 100 side hustles or jobs for people over 50. I got this idea from Frozen Pennies and I was like, oh, I have tons of these. So Mom and I and Mike and my kids have done over the years. So I thought I would share them with you. Let's get started. Number one, being a personal gardener. Now, since I'm a gardener, this is my top here, but when we lived in Colorado and Kansas, personal gardeners would go for $50 an hour. Now, if you choose to do something like this, and I have, the thing is to bid the project and not tell them that you're charging $50 an hour. So like when I would go in and they wanted me to plant a whole bunch of flowers in a particular flower bed, I would say, okay, be $100 for the job. Took me about 2 hours, made $50 an hour. When Mike did some landscaping work to earn some extra money, he would go in and bid the project, and then you get your hourly by that rate. So what are some things that you can do? You could do wheat, you could do weed pulling, you could do planting flowers, planting bulbs, raking leaves, even mowing, anything related to that. Mowing is kind of its own other category, but anything related to gardening, you could do. The next thing you could do is cook meals. Now, what Mom did when we were growing up was she had a lady that she did ironing for, and she asked Mom if she would make her meals. So she brought her the groceries, Mom cooked the meals, froze them, and then gave them to her when she picked up her ironing. Absolutely loved it. Now, I know not all the states and counties and cities allow you to do that kind of thing, so you do need to look for your area. But if you're just doing it for a friend or somebody, I really wouldn't worry about it. Here's one that a lot of people don't think of, but it's being a driver for the Amish. Yeah, the Amish need drivers really bad. And we have a new Amish community here, and we actually have a viewer who is moving here, and their job is going to be driving for the Amish here. It's kind of funny. I hooked him up with our Amish community down there. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. So if you're out there, come and say hi. But anyway, drivers for anything though, not just the Amish. Doctor visits, dental visits, just going to help the elderly get groceries, anything like that. You could be a driver to help your friends or family or, friends of friends. But look into being a driver for someone who can't get around for themselves. Jobs for people over 50.
DoorDash.
I know.
DoorDash. What the heck, guys? It's easy. Come on.
And the next one along with driving is DoorDash. So that was Dave in the background. Yes. My kids have driven DoorDash and they all love it. All of my kids absolutely love it. And they make really good money. So being a driver is a really good side hustle that you can earn quite a bit of money. And let me interrupt here and say that this video is brought to you by my side hustle, our Dining on a Dime cookbook. You can eat better, spend less, save money on your groceries with easy recipes that you already have the ingredients on hand. You don't have to be getting those shiitake mushrooms, guys. They're super easy, get you in and out of the kitchen quick. In the description below is the link for 25% off right now. Go grab our Dining on a Dime cookbooks today. The next one is a pooper scooper. Yes, people pay a lot of money to have the poop scooped out of their backyard. For 15 minutes worth of work, you could make $40 or $50 per yard. Yes, that is the going rate when we were in Colorado. So that could be a really lucrative job. I know it's not the funnest job in the world, but hey, I would scoop poop for $200 an hour. Definitely worth it. The next one is lawn mowing. Now, this is a little bit different than gardening because this is specifically lawn mowing, blowing, edging. You would probably need a trailer to have your own lawnmower, but you can get very good income on this. A lawn that can take 15 to 20 minutes, you can get $20 easily here in Wyoming. So don't knock just typical jobs like lawn mowing. The next one is snow shoveling. Mow lawns in the summer and shovel snow in the winter. Yes, it's a very good job, and it can bring in a lot of extra income, especially when you have years like last year where they just could not keep up on the snow shoveling and they were begging people for shoveling snow. Now this year, not so much. The next one is ironing. Mom used to take in ironing and she would iron for people. She had several people. That was our grocery money for several years for people bringing in ironing, and she loves to iron. So she did that as a second, third job. I don't know what number job that was, but she did that as one of her side jobs to bring in extra money. Teach a class. I used to teach classes on wreath making, making potpourri. I have taught soap making, any type of classes. Now what I did was, this was before the internet. So what I did was I was friends with a gal who owned a flower shop, and I had taken in some of my dried arrangements for her to sell. And she said, would you mind teaching a class? I'm like, well, no. And so it was pretty good money. It was $25 a person. They had to bring the supplies, and win for all of us. And I made a fairly good income doing that. The next thing is party setup, birthday parties, graduation parties, bridal showers. If you are good at parties, this is a great side job that you could do occasionally. Wouldn't be something on a regular basis you would have to do, and then you could pick and choose when you want to do it. Alterations, this goes back with the ironing. If you are a good seamstress, people need alterations still. I know it seems like an old-fashioned thing, but there are people who are super short, like my grandma, who's 4 foot, I don't know, what is she, 4'9" or something, and she cannot find pants to save her life. She's had to alter every single pair of pants she's ever purchased. Well, there are people like that that need alterations, and if you're a good seamstress, this is a good one that you can do in your own home. You could do it on your own time frame, give or take. This next one I saw on a YouTube video. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. Power washing trash cans. Yes, this is actually a thing. People want their trash cans washed and they don't want to do it. So what this guy did was he just bought a power washer and charged people $20 cleaning, and then he just set them up for monthly, weekly cleanings, and then he would just go around and he would put flyers on the doors in neighborhoods and then just do one neighborhood each day. So like neighborhood A would be Monday, neighborhood B would be Tuesday, and then he would just make his rounds on the same neighborhood. And what I would do is time those rounds around when the trash is done, so that if the trash comes on Wednesday morning, say, then Wednesday afternoon he would come and power wash those trash cans. Car detailer. Guys, this is huge. They get $400 for detailing a car, which takes about 2 to 4 hours. That is really good money. Even if you have to buy, let's say you have to invest $150 in a power washer and $100 in cleaners and rags and brushes, that is a really good income. Here in my town, they are just begging for detailers because they're backed up 4 and 5. These detailers are backed up 4 and 5 months. Car detailing is a very lucrative side hustle. House cleaning, needless to say, people are always needing house cleaners. So if you like cleaning house, this could be something for you. Childcare, babysitting, especially emergency childcare and babysitting. So let's say moms, their kids get sick, they can't take them to daycare, they need somebody to watch them. Just childcare in general, babysitting in general, if you don't want to do childcare on a regular basis. This can be a very good side hustle for something that you could do in your home, or you could do it in their home. Pet sitting, yes, pet sitting is big. Very, very big. I know pretty much every person that has a pet that I know, they have the hardest time because their normal pet sitter, they're out of town or they're on vacation or whatever, can't do it for whatever reason. So people are always looking for pet sitters. Dog walking along with that. Now, with the pet sitting and the dog walking, the way people are with their animals nowadays, you need to make sure that you're good with animals, because Animals are just having a free-for-all because people aren't training their animals. So make sure this is something you're okay with, but dog walking can be very lucrative also. Baked goods. Now, I know. I'm gonna get comment after comment. Well, my health department doesn't allow this, whatever. Here in Wyoming, we have the best cottage, what do they call it? Cottage kitchen. I can't remember what it was called, but something like cottage kitchen law, where pretty much if you earn under $200,000 a year in your baked goods, you don't have to have any health regulations or anything. I think that's great. Every state should do that. Listen, you take your risk when you go to the restaurant, and you take your risk when you go to these food trucks. So really, someone's home, especially if you know them and you know they're clean, it's a really good way to make extra income. Now, another thing you can do is if you're in a town that has health regulations, just do it for your friends and family, and have your friends and family buy your baked goods from you. You know, like at Christmas, do gingerbread men. At Valentine's Day, do chocolate dipped strawberries. Then you could just do it for friends and family. The other thing is check it out and see what the laws actually are. Because maybe you just need a commercial kitchen. Is there a church? Is there a school that doesn't use their kitchen, all the time or something like that? For the church, you could just do it during the week if they're only using it like on Saturday or Sunday or whenever. So look and see, like here there's a kitchen shop that has their own commercial kitchen where they teach cooking classes. Well, I had looked into using their commercial kitchen for some things. So look around, ask, just don't write it off because there's laws. Look and actually see what the laws are and see if it's something you can do. And if it's not something you can do, is there something you could do to get around it? Is there some other, like for our cottage laws here in Wyoming, yeah, you can do anything baked goods as long as it doesn't have meat. Okay, well that's fine. I'm not gonna be selling beef jerky, but I can sell my cheesecake all I want. So just check and see. The next one is vacation watering. This is another big one, especially for gardeners like me that, oh man, I have a big garden and I would love to have someone who really knows how to water to come over and water when we're gone during the winter. Or during the summer. We pretty much don't go anywhere in the summer just because I don't want my garden to die. But thankfully I have found a neighbor girl that is really good at it. So if this is something you enjoy doing, but you don't feel like being a personal gardener all the time, this is something you could do now and then to earn some extra cash. That is the first 20, guys. Be sure to go watch this video next and be looking for the next set of 100 ways you can earn money over 50 coming soon.